Okay, so I finished a sketchbook. This is the sketchbook. Strathmore mixed media, 40 pages, 190 GSM. Uh, and yeah, I guess maybe I should start off with why I even picked this sketchbook, because I had been working in sketchbooks that were like watercolor sketchbooks, but they only seemed to ever be made in cold pressed paper, in the paperweight I want, in like where they're binded on the side, and they're like they're horizontally wide, and they open, and they're like big, and I don't like them being that long. Like, I felt like I was running out of stuff to do with them. So I wanted one that was more like a portrait, like portrait framing, whatever. Um but like I like binded books, so I was looking for a binded one. And eventually I kind of gave up because I saw this in an art store. I don't remember where, and I decided I would just get it. And pros, I do like the spiral binding now. I didn't at the beginning. That's like why, because I was looking for a binded one. Um, but I ended up warming up to it, especially because when you open, like when you open the page, you're flat, you know? Both pages are flat. It's not difficult to draw on. Whereas I'm realizing with a binded sketchbook, um, and unless you're in the middle, at either end, you're like very uneven, and it doesn't lay flat to the surface. Um, and also, I just like the cover, that yellow. I like the yellow. Kind of made me want to do it. Maybe want to work in it. So yeah, I was gonna do a sketchbook tour and kind of go over my process for each of the pages and the spreads. So here's the first page. This page was done. It was a picture of my friends that I kind of made into a caricature, and I do like it. I was very happy with it when I first did it. The graphite has rubbed off, um, and so it's not like as refined as it was when I finished it. But I still really like it, and I like how I kind of caricatured them. And really, nothing else on this page matters, because I realized, oh, I went really big for that initial drawing, and then I need to fill up the rest of the page. And so I did, but it's not really interesting. Um, these two are sketches for a painting that I did, that if you follow me on Instagram, you know what painting it is. This one's actually pretty funny, I think, because I realized when I did this actual full sketch for the painting, I was like, oh, um, actually, I guess it's not a painting. It's like half painting, half whatever. When I was doing the sketch, I realized, oh, this is like way too big for the actual, like, this. I had to scale this down, um, which I thought was funny. Um, but yeah, rest of this spread is kind of not a whole lot of anything. Just drew this because I wanted to draw my jacket that I had, which I do. I really like that jacket. And this is probably the first drawing of a horse I did in a while. And there's going to be a few horses in here, so look forward to me getting better at drawing horses. This is for my art class, for just some perspective practice. I'm not a big fan of I guess I'm not a big fan of practice. And I didn't really, there were so many other things I wanted to draw that I kind of cheaped out when I was doing the perspective practice. And I got not a great mark on it, but whatever. And I actually drew it over another sketch for that drawing on the past two pages. Because this sketch was not going anywhere. Um, this is actually a drawing of an AI generated chupacabra. And when I first saw it, the first time I ever saw that video, it was like before AI was like rampant, and but it was like it was getting there. And it was so funny to me. I couldn't stop laughing because the video goes, "The entire state of Texas has misunderstood me, and I owed an apology." And it's this chupacabra ass loser just like saying that, and I thought it was so funny and so stupid. And I saved the video, and I ended up drawing this later on from that video that I saved. Uh, this is a drawing of a couple of the Minecraft keychains my friend gave me. The leg, or the squid currently doesn't have any more legs. They all snapped off. But I still have the sheep. I still have the sheep. Although my friend almost lost one of the sheep's legs, so. This was a cover for a zine I was gonna do called Green Grass Never Yellows, but I lost the zine along with a notebook. I don't know where I lost them. Someday I hope to find them, but I don't think I will. But yeah, kind of sad that didn't go anywhere, but I do like that drawing. This is some figure practice. More figure practice here. This is also for school. Although I do really like these exaggerated like muscle man figures. Not too chuffed about these guys, but you know, it's practice, it's whatever. I saw an orange beetle one day when I was out walking with a couple friends. And the beetle is my favorite car, and orange is my favorite color. And that guy was kind of living my dream. And so someday maybe I'll buy that car off of him. I don't know. These two object drawings I really like. I really like this one and this one. Did both of them in a Tim Hortons. This is a wet floor pylon, and that's a Ricola. I'm pretty proud of the Ricola still. And I like how the pencil hasn't worn off like it has on other things. This one's also for school. We had to draw the figure in perspective. Actually, I quite like this page. I remember really liking it at the time that I did it. And not that it's bad or that it's gotten worse, but I just don't like it as much anymore. I've done more, I've done better, but I do still like it. And this was another thing for school, but it was like we had sketchbook tasks, and one of them was to do like a mixed media, multimedia, like collage something or other, and then we ended up not having to do it. But then, I did still do it, and it was kind of, I saw like all these old like Greek looking like things in this magazine, and then I saw these kind of like grotesque like creatures, and like this person being like consumed by something, and I thought it was interesting. So I still like this collage. I think it still holds up pretty good. Which maybe is one of the best things about collage, is that collage holds up way more than other mediums, because it's not, there's skill, but it's not visual skill, it's compositional skill. So I think they hold up, and I think people are better at composition than at drawing generally. So I think they age better, because even if you make if you have a collage with good composition and you make it like 7 years in the past or some shit, like it's still gonna look good. Like your skills will have held up. This page I did in math class. I was just kind of sick of math class, so I did it, and I was always ahead in math class. And there's kind of like a predator jaw looking thing going on here where the bottom gum is like huge. Yeah. And then this one, I started this drawing of me and my buddies. And then I never got to the rest because I messed up my friend's face and then I never came back to it. So then I gave it to my friend, Erin, and she finished it and she drew this sheep because she's really into sheep and I like this sheep. Vanny did these, Jack did this. So it was a collaborative effort and, signed off on it accordingly. Yeah, I like the sheep. Aaron did really good with the sheep. Big sheep head. This was just setting up for another painting for school. And this was I drew this picture of this boxer, but I only got his chest and his arms and like the motion of his arms. And then I never finished it because I was going to go back to it, but I never did. And then we were doing painting in class. And so I just took the paint and went to the page and did some impasto, some thinned out stuff for the gloves. Yeah, I quite like this page also. I think that's maybe mixed media also kind of has the same thing as collage, where because everything is kind of out there, even if the drawing isn't like superb, it's still good because it's out there and it's different and it's all mixed together, so it's kind of intentionally so. These two pages and the next page were just trying to figure out what I was gonna do for a printmaking project for screen printing. Yeah, I have this jacket that has an indigenous man riding a motorcycle. And I love that jacket and I wear it all the time. And sometimes I think, should I be wearing this jacket? Is it like making fun of people? And then I was like, well, no, well, maybe a little bit, but I would also wear it if it was like a priest on like doing tricks or some shit, or like Jesus on a motorcycle. I think that'd be really stupid and funny. But also like cool in the way that like I think that jacket is cool. So that's what I wanted to do. And so this is ended up being the background I used. He's kind of in like a circus pulpit. And then there's these thumbnails and I was like, the bicycle isn't working out for me. So then I was like, unicycle. And so I did some unicycle studies here. And then I did this. And this is essentially the one I used in my print. And I really like this. Excuse me. It's one of my favorite drawings in the book, having the skeletal structure mapped out. Dean Martin drew this in a law class because we weren't doing anything. There's some ween sketches. I like this little, how well can you see it? Priest. He's kind of like sort of animated in a way. I really like this page. I think drawings on like, it's not really a spread, but they hold up. Yeah. These pages are kind of a wash. Yeah, I don't have much to say about them. Drew some polar bears on the top up here. Drew some old people. I think old people are funny. And kind of, yeah, I think old people are funny. This is just some drawings from a dance performance I went to see at my school. This drawing, I'm pretty proud of this one. I did it after a mock trial, which was like the final big like project in my law class. And I was the defendant. Yes, I was the defendant. And they decided I was guilty. And this is actually, I'm wearing the jacket that has the Indigenous man on a motorcycle in this drawing. Really, I like this drawing quite a bit. And this was just some working out some stuff for class. I really like this page because I always draw these mollusks with human legs, these clams and oysters with human legs. And I was like, so while I give them human legs, what if I gave a human clam legs, which is just like this weird like tongue thing. And so yeah, I had fun figuring that out and being like, would it come out of their mouth? Would they like hinge down the middle like clams do? I like that one. A little bit of concept sketching. Yeah, and this was I was gonna paint this, but then I painted the bears instead, which is also on my Instagram. A couple more pages are kind of a wash. Although I do really like the California raisin, and this is kind of getting back into watercolor. This was an attempt at some collage multimedia stuff. I never came back to finish it, but that's how it goes. This was a poster for a Johnny Cash tribute concert or something. I'm kind of sad I ruined that poster by putting a drawing over it I'll never finish. But as I said, that's the way it goes. And this page is pretty, like, there's not a lot to it. Pretty meaningful to me, though. Yeah. I really like this page. This is my friend had like a character or something, and I was drawing them in different ways, and I like it. And this page is kind of a nothing burger page, just kind of talking. Push the Little Daisies, really good Ween song. And I really like this guy, you know, he's sort of hidden underneath all of the pencil on top of him, but I really like how I drew him. And then this was my part of my sketch for my RST for art class, which is also on my Instagram. Go peep it. I think I posted this. If I didn't, I'm stupid, because I really like the final piece, and I really like this sketch. Maybe my favorite page in the book. It's a picture of me in a thrift shop, or in a antique shop rather, and I love this picture. But then I gave myself a crappy head because I love fish, and I didn't want to draw my face, and I wanted to do something special. And that's one of my things. My things is giving guys stupid idiot animal faces. And I really like it. And some of the pencil work obviously is rubbed off. That happens when you put the graphite thick, and when you put it on top of, like, on both pages, they kind of rub off on each other, but you know what? It is the way it is. This was, I guess the flap also. Excuse me. I guess the flap also opens. We had to do another sketchbook task, was feet drawing for art class. I don't know. Maybe she like assumed we just do hand drawing naturally, and so we might as well do feet drawing. I don't really draw. Not a big feet head. Don't really draw feet often, so you know, came out pretty well, I figure, for not being a real feet guy. And then what is this? Strathmore artist paper. I have no idea. I don't know where that's from. Sticker I got from somewhere. This page is kind of a wash. My friend gave me these metallic pens. Does that do anything for you? Does it make it sparkle a little bit? I don't know. I use them a lot. Not really in Sketchbook, but in terms of drawing on stuff. I do like this fish though, but I never really finished it. And then I was drawing kind of like a band like logo for my band that might probably never happen. And I'm an idiot. I'm stupid and I forgot it's I accidentally cut the video by accident. Yeah, I made a dumbass mistake. It's meant to be forgetting your children, and I wrote forgetting. But yeah, the idea for the behind the name is like it's about Alzheimer's because I'm scared of Alzheimer's. I'm gonna get it 100%. There's no way I'm not gonna get it. Especially like I've hyped up me getting it so much. If I didn't get it, I'd low-key be disappointed at this point. But yeah, I'm so scared of losing my memory in that way. And so these are neurons, and the way that Alzheimer's works is the axon that connects the main body cell and the dendrites to to the terminal bulb breaks down, and so electrical signals can't transfer from the main cell to the end. And I kind of made the main cell kind of look like eyes. I like it. The dendrites form the letters in kind of a very sloppy way. I like that. It's got a little bit of cheese to it. But yeah, this once again just kind of a nothing page. This was a drawing of my friend Aaron drew a character, but then never finished. And so I kind of made a scene, but I don't like it because I rushed it and I made the other character, her other OC, look stupid. And like the proportions are so off. It looks so bad. And she says she likes it still, but, and like he's supposed to look like a loser kind of, but like, I feel like I could make him look like a loser and not make him look like a stupid, like incest child. Cause like, I think it's like, you know what, actually the head isolated, fine. You know, I thought maybe the hair was too big. But no, I think the hair's fine actually. It's just the body doesn't match it. I don't think. This is a drawing of my friend Will on, when was that? The 11th of February this year. Pretty cool. This is Obama. My fellow Americans. Let me be green. I like his baggy suit. Kind of looks like a silly guy from like a music video or something. Boognish, Ween Boognish. Do I do any? I guess other than kind of the Boognish here and there and push the little daisies. I guess I don't really do any Ween drawing. One pant is an inside joke. Although I don't remember the joke. All I remember is that I was like, it would be really funny if I drew like an authoritarian propaganda poster of this one pant. And these are meant to be a bunch of little pants. The pantslings all kind of walking, kind of as seen in that one scene of The Lion King with all the hyenas, who are like Nazis or something. I'm not sure. I haven't watched that movie in a while. But yeah, I think the drawing's funny. And it's right beside one of my favorite drawings in the book, period. I'd say, yeah, horse vegetable is probably another inside joke that I won't tell because it's an inside joke and you're not on the inside. Unless you are. And then you know what horse vegetable means. But I wrote, this is probably one of my favorite drawings of horses in my book, even though I thought it was a little wonky at the time, putting that color in, and it is just blue, yellow, and red, but when you zoom out, it gives like that like trademark horse tan that I really like. Um, and then the plaid grass, I love it. The sun doing its little thing, I love it. This is crayons. It's like restaurant crayons. And one of my favorite mediums to work with. You know, if you ever get restaurant crayons, cherish them because they're awesome. Take a pack to go. They're sick. I did that in class, I think. This was also for class, religion class, most bum class ever. But it's whatever. I like this horse drawing. It's the line, this is one of the things I'm getting into right now, line economy. The line economy on this horse is pretty good, I think. You know, it's not overcomplicated, it's simple, it's gestural, it works, it's good. I think actually I like every single drawing of a horse in this book. I think every time I see one, I'm going to be like, and this is one of my favorites. But this is one of my favorites. I did this after school. It's graphite with highlighter and then Posca red for the background. Very expressive. Got good thickness of shadow to it. That's the line weight is good. This is, okay. Maybe I eat my words. I don't really like this horse. This horse is kind of bum. Nowhere near the other two on this page. Kind of totally outclasses that one. This is probably my least favorite spread in the book. I just don't like it for whatever reason. I was very sick when I drew these, and probably this too, but I don't remember being sick when I drew this because this is one of my favorite drawings, like individually in the book. My friend told me to draw like a flat horse. Pretty proud of the flat horse. But this page is just kind of nothing. Not very fond of this page. This book was bad. It was horrible. I see the vision, but I don't want to read the vision. And I drew this. This is a copy of a drawing I drew on my whiteboard. But the whiteboard one was so good, and this one is just bad. It's just not great. But whatever. This was for class, kind of a nothing burger. This is kind of my friend group. I drew us all with little antennas, the way I think we'd have antennas. That's Will, very, very strong brother. He's got kind of a satellite, almost like a retro-futurist sci-fi, antenna with a satellite radar dish type thing. Kind of strikes me as a retro future guy, even though he's very into Y2K fashion. But I don't know, man. I feel like if we were in the 60s, he'd be a big retro futurist. Is that when the retro futurism was? 60s? I don't know. This is me. Kind of got a similar idea, but it's way smaller, and my thing's all bent out of whack because I'm famously sick all the time. I kind of look inbred a little bit, and that's just the way it goes when I draw myself. This is Mariana. Mariana's very small, very short, petite, bug-like. Why I gave her kind of buggy antennas. Also just kind of a bug head in my mind. Very patchwork. I give her mismatching socks and patches on her jacket. Because that's just kind of what he's like. Big airt. Big sheephead. We all kind of look a little inbred in this, I guess. Danica kind of got the worst of it. Which is not reflective of us as people. None of us are inbred, as far as I know. Jack might be, but of no fault of his parents. But yeah, Aaron kind of looks like a potato you left in a sack and just kind of beat around, which is unfortunate because that's not what she looks like in real life, but that's just how the potato gets beat up. And I gave her this very spaceship looking design, because Erin's kind of like into everything. She's kind of got she got her thumb in all the different pies. She's got a horse in each race. She's got a toe in each pool of water, you know? Big Beetle fan. Yeah. Got her little hair braid she puts in sometimes. That's Erin. Danky's kind of sitting on the ledge. She's kind of got the same thing as Marg, because they're both kind of little, tiny little kings and queens. But she's also very, very. What does coquette mean? Is that the word I'm looking for? My cat's meowing at me. Whatever. Very, very flowery. Very, very. Kind of like she's very into pretty stuff and like eclectically pretty stuff. So I gave her a little bow. And Jack and Van are in a jar because they're just kind of like jar people. I did this in pastel. I like the pastel, but also you could tell I did it when I was tired. Because I feel like even though it's pastel, it could have looked a lot better and more put together than this. And like, you probably cannot tell what you're looking at here. It's a reflective, like, pan, and it was kind of like to a mirror finish, and I was drawing the wood pile and the glove and shit that was reflected in it. It's whatever. But then there's this mug, and I drew this mug, what was on the mug separately, but a little lily of the valley, because that's my favorite flower. And I really like this one, and I really like this page also. I don't like these two drawings, these are whatever, but I really like this face. I really like this drawing of my grandpa's jacket over a chair and of the tractor. I like them. These were where's the next? These are some thumbnails for a short film I shot. The Wendigo. I liked it. This is one of my favorite drawings in the entire book, okay? One of my favorite drawings in the entire book. It's of the wood stove at the camp, the sugar shack. It's like this little ramshackle shack where we got a big maple syrup boiler and this big wood stove. I love it. I was talking to my friends about this one. There's nothing I dislike about this. I think this is a perfect drawing to me. And this bit's whatever, but this bit, like, I didn't like it in the beginning because I'm like, there's not a lot of, like, there's no color, like, there's a lot happening here and nothing happening here. I don't even care. This drawing's so good, I don't care that the other page is stupid. And the graphite has kind of rubbed a little bit. It's perfect. I don't care, you know? One of my favorite drawings in the book. Another great one, another great page. I like all the drawings on this. This was done very hastily. In between and in classes. Got a quote from a song. Fare Thee Well, Miss Carousel by Townes Van Zandt. Great song. One of my favorites. One of my favorite pages. I love this one. Followed up by this page. This page is whatever. I liked it more when I did it. Don't really like it that much anymore. You know, it feels like there's not enough happening. There's too much happening and not enough. I think the jacket is great. Like this cropped, great. Except for like the hands and the pockets. It's whatever. But the color variety, I love that. This bit's kind of bad. And this bit's just kind of whatever, you know? I think pastels work better the bigger you do them. And yeah, I think the jacket's great, and that's about it. And this page is whatever. Oh, this page is another whatever one. You got Red Bones already here, the album cover. Drew it. I love that album. Great album. Great band. I like his drawing. Not much to say. These ones are pretty good. I drew this at a big scale. I love the drawing, the finished work. I handed it in for religion class, but I want it back. I want it back so bad. Because I want to hang it up because it's very poster-y. And it's way better than the sketch, even though I do like the sketch too. And then this is kind of a meaningful one to me about changing, and not really recognizing yourself from the past. Another Lily of the Valley, because I love the Lily of the Valley. So yeah, then there's these pages. I'm pretty fond of this spread. You got my friend Mariana, with a silly shirt she found. It doesn't actually say this, but it was some, like, innuendo about, like, hunting. I just wrote hunter, I hardly know her. I like these horses. I think they're funny. I think they're stylized. Oh. I didn't put the red in his neck. I'll have to fix that, maybe. Or maybe I'll just leave it, because the sketchbook's done. And then there's this page, which has a couple sticky notes Erin drew. One of herself and one of me. And I like them both very much. On this page, it's a bison themed. You've got, what if a bison was a fish? What if a bison was a walking cane? And just a couple of drawings of bison. And it's actually from the same bison toy. That was my reference for both of these drawings. And I really like this one. I like this one too. I think the face has a lot more character to it, I guess, than this face, which is, this is what, but I like it. I just like it, you know? It's hard to say why you like stuff sometimes, but, you know, you just do. These pages are some of my favorite. It's this horse laying on his side, kind of playfully, on the prairies with this barn and these clouds, with this kind of silly little fleur-de-lis. That's what they're called, right? Whatever. These little fleur-de-lis ornaments. And this big sheep. I like both of these drawings. I don't know which one I like more, because I like the sheep a lot. I do. But I also like the horse a lot. And there's a lot I have to say about both of them, you know? So I can go back and forth on which one I like better. This page, this spread's kind of a big jumbled mess. There's this catfish or carp, and then this like giant guy over the hill with this like middle-aged baby man sitting there. I really like these like cartoony, like sword and shield. I really like them. This was from Imagination. I like it. This truck with the kind of exposed engine and stuff. Yeah, this page is, it's one of those pages where you just kind of throw down and you're like, this is what I got, you know? And I like it for that. It's a good one of those pages. You know, I wasn't sold on it when I started, but I think it's a good one. And this one's kind of like I was kind of going for like magazine cover. And the thing is, I sketched this, usually I just go straight into the page, you know, but I sketched this cowboy and I didn't like him, but in the ink, I made him better, you know. I was trying to make like a caricatured kind of cowboy. But here's the thing. His hat in the sketch, too small. His body was like, it was only like here, but it was the same length. So it was really long, but it wasn't, what? excuse me, it wasn't everything it should have been, you know? And so in the ink, I fixed it up. I like this horse. I like the tack on the horse. I really like this cornucopia border with like this pumpkin vine and this pumpkin flower that then goes into the weird arm that's got this like lasso that looks like it's kind of made out of sausages. And then this grass. I like this grass. I like the fence. I do. But I'm not sold on the cowboy still. I like the cowboy, but I could have done better. You know? I'm not sold on him. And I really just don't like the like Ivy Mags lettering. Although I do like the little Ivy sprout. Yeah, the lettering is just kind of whatever. And I was thinking, I think I meant to put color to it, but I never did. So I think I'm gonna get maybe one of my friends to do that. Cause, I'm done. The sketchbook's done. This was some observation sketches from when I went to a powwow. And I do like them, but it's kind of another, just kind of like a throwdown page. A bunch of drawings that aren't very well connected. And then I was trying to do the same thing I did with the horse and the sheep here with this whale. But I don't think I went the whole 9 yards, quite frankly. That's funny. It's kind of got the impression of... Oh, I know why it has the impression. Oh, I know why it has the impression. It is the impression of the, of the pencil on the other side because of these pages. I went crazy, like, going in heavy with the colored pencil. These two pages, definitely my favorite spread in the book. Probably some of my favorite drawings I've done in recent memory. There's just so much to say about like this horse who's got like a hurt foot, and like the line weight and the like the shadow of this line. I love it. I wish these guys were centered, and I wish, because this one looks like very much like a horse, I think. But like you get to this one, you're like, what are we doing here? I could have probably refined those, but I like it. I guess I'm tired. I love the orange. The orange is great. Oh, I didn't... My bad. I forgot. You guys are watching it like this. You might just have to flip your phone. And this cowboy. I love this cowboy. It's very, like, I love the illustration of it. I like how I did the shadows. I like it. I really like this spread. The spread's great. And now we're getting to the end. Getting, like, right to the end. I did all this, like, yesterday. Mostly. My friend drew a drag queen, for, like, a project or something. And I was like, I want to draw a drag queen. That sounds cool as hell. So I drew Mrs. Silvertip. Kind of got I was kind of going for cause I feel like every drag queen's like got a theme. Like sometimes they're like musicians or something, whatever. But I was like, I want like a Western drag queen, but like not just like a cowgirl. I want like a theme to something. And I was like, I'll just do like a bullet. And so I did. I got like that bullet tip to the head, this kind of like bellowed. Originally I was like, this was like all casing or whatever, but I'm thinking maybe this could be like the plume of like when a cartridge is like, what's it called when a cartridge is shot and it like the gunpowder, I don't know, but you get it, like kind of like a cloud of smoke or something. And then this is kind of the portrait, so I could do better with like the makeup and like the overlined lips and the crazy eyelashes and this heavy blush contour shit. that I could do it better than in just this kind of small. Yeah, I like this one. And this shit, I whipped this up on call so quickly. Like, I don't know how I did it. It was fucking crazy, brother. But I do really like this drawing. It's from like a reference on Pinterest I found of like a strange like ocean night. I like the border. I hate acrylic paints, but it's the paints I have. They're horrible. Like thin-bodied acrylic paints, horrible. Give me thick-bodied acrylic. But yeah, I like it. I like how the like it's very loose down here, but then like it is tight detail-wise up here. I like that kind of prioritizing what goes where. Then final pages, final spread, you know. This guy, kind of silly. I wanted to do some printmaking, not printmaking, but just some prints of stuff with acrylic paint, but it wasn't working. So everything in red is a print of something. You know, tell me what you think it is in the comments. I'll tell you, these are the same object. This is one object. This is an object, and then there's a second object in the middle, but it doesn't really help you figure out what it is. These are the same object, obviously, just rotated, and then these thing in the middle is the top, and bottom of the same object. So give me your guesses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like him. He's whatever. And then this, I did some, it was like people gave me suggestions, whatever. If you were on my Instagram, you would have seen it. But my friend told me to do cowboy on a T-Rex. I like this T-Rex. It's kind of like an old style T-Rex, which is the T-Rex I like. There's this like biker guy my friend wanted me to draw, so I did that. I like the line economy of it. My friend told me to draw a fox. And so I did, but he kind of looks like a medieval baby drawing. And then somebody told me to do like I think they meant to spell moose latte, but they said mouse. And I don't really know what a moose latte is, quite frankly. So I just drew a mouse with like a kind of like a Taylor Swift fan scarf and a latte, because that's what lattes scream to me, Taylor Swift fan. And then this is some kind of comical redrawings of a photo booth strip of me, Aaron, and Will. The idea from the strip was basically like Will and Aaron are in the booth. I sneak in from the side as they're doing their stuff. I scare them. It's like an alien like chest burster thing, except I'm not bursting out of any chests. And then I was laughing and they were like pretending to be scared. And then so I drew that, but then I drew, because that's like actually what the photo strip, not actually what it looks like. Obviously I didn't turn into a lion, but yeah. that's what the photo strip was. And then I kind of drew like they're us if we were like silly like cartoon blob versions. And I like it, and I think it's a good end to the sketch. So that's the sketchbook. That's it. Another one done. To be honest, I haven't finished that many. For how much art I do, I haven't finished that many sketchbooks. But I finished this one. That's for sure. It's probably my favorite sketchbook, to be honest, of everything I've done. If not my first, I don't know which would be. Quite frankly, I think the sketchbook really ends when these pages are after these pages. Sketchbook's kind of over, you know? You get into kind of, well, I guess I like these pages, but like, it's whatever, you know? They're not, I really did save the best for last, I think. Because then these pages and then the last page are like, they're fun, but they're drawings for fun. that I want it to be easy and I want it to be light, so I didn't end up with this sketchbook, unfinished forever. And I debated at the end, can you believe I debated ripping out a page because I didn't have any ideas for the last 2 pages? Don't ever do that. You're allowed ripping pages out of your sketchbook if you need to, because it has to be like handed in or something, or if you really screwed up and you're like, this is so horrendously bad, this can't be in the sketchbook, That's it. Not to say, oh, I don't want to do I don't want to do another page. Pull your pants up, button them up, put your big boy belt on, put your big woman belt on, and go finish your sketchbook, brother. You've got 3 pages left. Oh, I want to throw out a page. Who do you think you are? Scorsese? He didn't do that. This is my next sketchbook. I found it, and I thought it was so cool. It's construction paper. It's old construction paper. And I want to see how that changes my process. But that's that. Thank you. Tell me which page is your favorite. Bye.